So hello and welcome to another episode of Test Drive Thursday. Today we are driving the Mercedes Axor 2544. So I believe this is a Brazilian truck here. I think you can tell by the raised rear axle, sorry. But yeah, I thought we'd take a look at this today. We haven't really looked at an Axor truck mod, so why not jump in it and see what it is. So let's start off by looking at the customization. Okay then, so here we are in the upgrade shop. So let's start off with cabins. There's 3 different cabins that you can choose from. So you've got this one here, which is sort of the more low cab, mid cab, and then you've got the mid cab with, that's not a translation, but yeah, with the aero piece. I'm sorry if you can hear my mouse, by the way. I've noticed recently on my videos that you can hear the mouse after I've changed the mouse mat, and all the sort of padding on the bottom is sort of scratched away because it's metal. So I think I'm going to change it because that noise is constant, so sorry about that. But yeah, there's 3 different cabins to choose from. You can see slightly that it does change, like the paint, like that one's brighter and it goes darker, which is bit weird. Next you've got so you can change the chassis here. So if you go with something like this, it doesn't raise the axle up like that. It's a lot more flat and looks normal. Over to the engines, ranging from a 354 brake engine all the way up to a 750, which is a bit mad. These don't seem that realistic, but these down here seem like they're realistic engines. From a 326 to a 439, they're the same. No, they're not. This one's for this truck, the 2544, so this is the one that you get in this truck. So yeah, there's quite a few engines that you can choose from. Not too bad Newton meter output either. So you've got quite a few transmissions, starting off with this 9-speed, 12-speed, 12-speed with the retarder, which is an I-shift. I believe this truck wouldn't have an I-shift gearbox. Then you've got all these other ones down here, which I may try. But yeah, so it does come with a UK. You can put have it in right-hand drive if you wish, but most of the time you're going to be left-hand drive. And saying that, the interior isn't bad on this thing. I'll get into all that later, but the textures are pretty high, and yeah, it's not that bad. It really isn't. 3 pedals though, so implying there is manual gearbox. Over here it's just a normal paint. You've got this black edition here, the power shift Axor, which is quite a nice skin. Sadly you can't change this plastic down here, or you got this spoiler one as well. So those are the options. If we just put it for white so it's easy to see what we're doing now. Starting here, you've got the bull bars at the bottom, which do look a bit out of place with this plastic. You wouldn't really put a bull bar and make it all look nice when you've got plastic down here. This is where you can remove that completely, and that makes up plastic. But saying that, if you remove it, you can see that there's 2 badges here, and then this, well, the badge there is for this here, for this surround, the white surround here, which is a bit off, and as you can see, the white goes further down than this one, which is a bit weird, and it's all a bit, inconsistent. And looking at the paint, you can see how it's pixelated here, which is a bit weird modelling, but oh well. Usual selection of handles, and then you've got a range of mirrors to choose from, either with this single mirror, this single large mirror here, or pick the right dot, or with this wide angle as well, but that is always double on that side. Other accessories include, obviously it does support the cabin flags, but it's only got the Brazilian flag, implying that it is a Brazilian truck. It's just the usual sort of sun visors here, including, which is a cool little detail here, if you go for the right hand drive, let's go for that, you can see how it, well, you can't see inside, which is weird, but you can see how if you go for the UK here, because it would be left hand drive, you can see the mirror down here, which is a nice little touch. And same for that, or you could have it fully normal. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the customization. There isn't really that many options. I mean, you've got these dots up here where you can put the usual array of lights, and then a beacon like that, which is a bit insane. But yeah, those are the options for the Axor. So now I'm going to show you of me, a time lapse of me building this truck to my spec. Okay then, so here it is, the Axor in my configuration. You join me at the the log yard, timber yard, whatever you want to call it. Our trailer is over there that we're going to get, but I'll quickly talk through the spec that I've gone for. So I've gone with the chrome mirrors, which is sort of match the chrome badging in the sort of the arrow at the front. You got the chrome around the lights that also picks that up. I've tried to match the paint to the plastic down there so it doesn't look too out of place. The black wheels, and yeah, that's pretty much it. On the inside I did put the sat nav on there, as you can see, which is a nice feature. We've got a full tank of fuel. It's only done 6 miles, this truck. Going through the displays, this is the normal stuff from the Actros, and pretty much it's the same interior as the Actros, apart from it doesn't have the Actros badging in the centre. But yeah, you've got a digital readout of how much fuel you've got. The tank on this is huge though. I mean, just look at the size of them. They are quite unusually shaped and detailed as well, which is really kind of nice. So it's 600 litres of fuel, and that's enough to go almost 2,000 miles if you're careful. You got your live consumption there. As we turn it on, you can see all live, which is nice. Then you've got your litres per 100 mile, which is pretty high to be fair currently. Oil level okay, and that's just general stuff with your gear and yeah, your cruise controls. So on the outside, as you can see with that little badge there when it stopped reflecting, so this is a Logitech 5 engine. I believe I put in the 439 brake with that's one of the MB 12-speed gearboxes, and those are the settings for that. So you've either got S or R. So the R is the lower, S is the higher, and that goes up all the way up to 6. And then you've got multiple reverse gears to 4, I believe. But starting off with the sound of this thing, I'll just let you listen. Sounds pretty nice, and inside it just sounds even more aggressive, which is so cool. I love the sounds of this. I don't know if it's completely realistic, but I don't know, the sound that it makes, it's just, you wouldn't expect it from this truck. It sounds like a V8, even though I believe this is a 6-cylinder. The Logitech 5 with the 439, which is also available in Brazil, that engine configuration. turning circle is quite big, as you just saw. We only just made that turn. I thought we would have made it easily, but yeah, only just. So attaching trailers with this thing, it's not too bad. It doesn't get stuck underneath, which is good. But the chassis is quite long, as you can see, and it does ride quite low to the ground. So if you're going into quarries, I'd say be careful. But yeah, it sits very low to the ground and it's very long. But let's start off in 2 arch. Quick look at the map if you're wondering where I'm going. Going from how do you say that? Munchen? I don't know how to say it. It's down this 8 road here and into the centre. It does look kind of busy around there. You might go that way. It does look a bit easier like that. But yeah, now I'll talk a bit more about some of the information about this truck. So another thing I forgot to tell you is that this trailer is 20 tons, so bear that in mind also. So it's not one of the lightest trailers. This isn't one of the most powerful trucks in the world, 440 brake. But so far, it seems to be handling it pretty well. I mean, just that noise, that bassy rumble that it makes. It sounds awesome. Ready? There we go. You have to rev it all the way up to around 2000 RPM, which is in the peak torque zone, as you can see, displayed in yellow. We're currently in the eco. Eco zone is pretty large, but yeah, the dials are so easy to read even from a distance. I'm not too sure what the UK ones are like in miles an hour, but definitely if you got the left-hand drive configuration with kilometers an hour, it just reads off so easily, and even from all the way back here, you can just glance down and see it really easily. Another thing that I do like, I am at some point going to talk about the history behind this truck, but yeah, another thing I do like is that the gear indicator, it's just so big and easy to read as well. So I really do like the dash on this thing, even though it does look a bit dated in some parts. But yeah, so the point of this truck is for medium to long distances, and it's really cheap to run according to Mercedes, and it's also pretty comfortable, so it can put up with the Brazilian roads wherever it takes it. So it can vary from 50 tons to 80 tons in maximum trailer capacity, obviously depending on how much power your engine has. And so yeah, that's from a 6x2 configuration, would be the most suitable to that kind of load. The model is a 3-axis combination with the PBTC 48.5 or 53 tons, with quite a few kind of implements there. So as I said, it comes with a Logitech 5 6-cylinder engine all the way up to 439 brake horsepower, which is what we've got, and that, as I said, is the same both the Brazil and outside. So it's an automatic transmission, so it's a bit weird having three pedals down there, but that's the way it is. Wipers, I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, I was about to say water isn't collecting on the windscreen, but it is, which is fine. So yeah, it's very good on fuel, this thing. You can see here, if we just switch to the fuel display, as we get going on the motorway, obviously we'd be being around towns and stuff yet, so it's going to be pretty high, but as soon as you get in a high gear and on the motorway, it should go down quite a lot. If it gets below 60, that's pretty good. But it is a automatic transmission, but as usual it's got a manual overdrive, where when it needs to go off-road, which it probably will do in Brazil. But yeah, I'm not sure why it's raining in this tunnel. It doesn't usually do that in Euro Truck, but that's a bit weird. But yeah, that's some of the basic facts behind this truck. And now I'm talk about, do I recommend you going and downloading this thing? Well, first of all, when I first saw this truck, it kept saying, oh, it's got 50 options, and I thought, well, yeah, why not, let's download it. I didn't bother to look at any of the YouTube. Oh, we don't want to go that way. I don't see the sat-nav's taking me down that quick. Sort of resting area, that's kind of weird. It does that sometimes because it's the shortest route, or the quickest route. Oh, this is tight. This is tighter than I thought. Still raining in at times. Something's not right, but yeah, I didn't watch any YouTube reviews. I usually do when I'm downloading new mods, but for some time, well, this time I didn't for some reason. And yeah, I downloaded it, and when it says 50 options, I'm pretty sure it's sort of counted the 3 different types of cabins, transmission options, engine options, chassis options, opposed to accessories, which it should do. Am I turning off here? No, it's just sending me the shortest route, which is kind of weird. But yeah, it's a bit misleading about all the options, because as you saw earlier on when I was looking at the customization, it really it doesn't have many options, this thing. It really doesn't. So you got to be careful with that if you're going to download this thing. Where are we going? That sat-nav is pretty small from when you're sitting back here. Would be nice if it was over to the right there, or maybe a little bit bigger, but that's the standard SCS cabin accessories, which this does mostly support. It doesn't have any sort of fluffy dice or anything up there. It doesn't support that, but it does support the sat-nav, which is nice, because this thing does not have a built-in sat-nav, as it's a bit of an old truck. But apart from the misleading options and everything, I have to say, it sounds really, really nice. I mean, just listen to that rumble. I'll just shut up for a second. Which is really nice. I really do like that. I honestly wasn't expecting it when I picked it up out the Mercedes dealership. I was expecting it to be a direct port from standard SCS sounds, but I was really kind of surprised to hear that in a nice way, which is pretty good. It does, when you start it up, you can hear sort of similar sound as per usual from the SCS ones, but that is the sound this thing makes. It's nice that they've enhanced it and gave it that sort of open pipe sound. Please don't stop there. I don't know why he's indicating in front, that's a bit weird. Slowing down in the raining. The wipers, they're pretty big, those wipers, and they do cover quite a lot of the windscreen, which is nice. Turn them fully off now. It's not really raining a lot. I have to say though, the lights, they're not the best. I mean, I know it's in day, but they're hardly illuminating anything. I mean, that's on full, but that, I don't know, it just seems a bit dim if you ask me. As I said, I know it's in day, but it's usually better than that. Euro truck. Oh, there's so many lanes here. I guess it needs to be on that one. Mirrors, they're pretty large actually. They're at a weird angle to where we've seen them. They're almost, they need to be turned in a bit so they're easier to see, because they seem a bit flat at the moment. So we're not getting all the benefit of how sort of big they are. You see, they are quite big mirrors, and they do stick out quite a lot. So if you're going down tight spaces, even though you'll be able to see, you gotta look out for them. Like if this was something like a Scania truck diving sim, that could get a little bit difficult. And when you're manoeuvring around tight spaces, you do want to watch out for those, because usually they don't clip, meaning it doesn't look that realistic. But yeah, they are quite wide, the mirrors. That front facing mirror there though is really nice and easy to see, even from here. Just a quick glance over, and yeah, I do like the way the sort of arms sort of sweep into it. It's kind of cool design. As I said before, the interior, even though it's kind of, I don't know, as I said, it looks a bit dated, but the seats there, they're probably the best seat detail and sort of most realistic looking seats I've seen in Euro Truck, which is really nice. It does look 3D, it does look like it's got padding, and yeah, it's pretty nice. It's kind of hard to record these videos and drive at the same time. It really is, but yeah, just the detail. I mean, even down to all the buttons up there. It's just really nicely done. So do I recommend you buying, well, not buying it, do I recommend you downloading it? I'm going to say, if you want a truck that sounds great, I would order it. If you want a truck that sounds great and is a Mercedes, this is the one that you want. But to be honest, I don't know, the customization isn't great. On the exterior, some of the textures are not the best, but on the interior it's completely fine, which is where you do spend most of your time. That rhymes, but yeah, I was expecting a bit more from the accessories, but overall, I'm going to say give this one a miss. If you want a truck that sounds great, it's got great customization, go and get a 143 Scania that I drove quite a while back, or maybe the RGL Scanias, they sound pretty awesome. But yeah, there's plenty of other trucks that sound better than this and have better accessories than this, which is what you want. But yeah, it's a nice mod. He just crashed into me. It is a very nice mod, but I just don't think the customization's there. It's just a bit too basic. If it was just polished off a little bit better and it had the option to have plastic, or remove the plastic from the bottom, then yeah, maybe, but at this current stage I'm going to say no. But I'd still give it a good 5.5 out of 10, so it's okay. It's not a bad mod. Very stable, it's just not completely finished yet. I think there are still a few things that they could add. Saying that, I'm not too sure the version number of this as well, so it may be still early days. It's a nice mod, it really is. Definitely do get a lot of options with the engines and transmissions, and it is kind of true to its the fact that it is a Brazilian truck. It comes with all the correct transmissions, the correct engine sizes, and if you want to go mad with a 750 brake engine, you can. So in a way, it really isn't too bad. It's just, as I said, customization needs working on. But here we are. We'll be able to test these mirrors out when reversing, as usual. Let's get over here. With the 20-ton trailer, it does like starting in 2R, noticed, and then just go through all the gears normally. But yeah, here we are. Let's try. This is rather tight if I remember. You've got to come over here first. Let's come over here. Put in 2S. 2S is kind of a good gear to be in when manoeuvring, I've found. Not too low, not too high. That's where the front mirror comes in. There we go. See how close we got? That is so useful, that thing. And if you got sort of the mouse zooming thing, which I haven't put on yet, it's really useful. Reverse gear 1, because reverse 3, you're just going to be stalling all the time like that. So reverse 1 is the one I'd go for. itself up pretty well here. Yeah, I can't quite see that much over there. It's not like an MAN mirror, which is sort of the best mirrors that I've ever came across, but it's not bad. And then you get sort of that Christmas tree of warning lights as you turn it off, which is really cool. But yeah, we are parked. It does look like there is something wrong with the truck when it sits so low like that, but yeah, a very, very nice truck. Here we go. Excellent. Did it. Boom. And there we go. So massive thank you if you got this far. If you did enjoy it, please do click that like and why not subscribe for a lot more videos like it. And yeah, we do, what else do we do? We do racing games, Forza, American truck, and pretty much everything in between. So go and have a look at the channel if you're new. And please do consider subscribing as well. But anyway, as I said, thank you for watching and goodbye.